All right, let's go ahead and get started. That way we can have the full benefit of the hour. So, practice tonight is going to be a really side opening focus. So, we're going to be stretching the lateral parts of the body. You know, a lot of times we spend a great deal of our time forward bending, doing back bends, and thinking about the forward and back motion of the body and spine. Today we're really going to pay attention to the lateral parts of the body. So that means thinking about the muscles that connect on the side of the leg, the lifting and extending muscles on the outside, and stretching up from the waistline all the way up through the armpits and doing a lot of nice crescent bending. So we're going to start with a bit of a restorative posture just for opening a few minutes. So we're going to lay down, and if someone else joins, I may repeat this just so that they know where we're going here. But you're going to lay down on that folded blanket, and you kind of just want it high enough so that you feel the rise in the blanket, but low enough that you don't feel, you don't feel too extreme. The neck, you don't want the neck to feel like it's reaching down at a angle that's going to bother you. You can outstretch the legs all the way, or you can keep them a little bit bent, whatever's most comfortable to keep the lower part of your body stabilized. So I'm laying on my arm. And if it feels appropriate, you can take the upper arm, for me it's my left, whichever one you're on is fine, upper arm over, and just bring the upper arm over your ear. So we've done this in restorative practice before. We're just going to take the first few minutes here in an opening side posture and start to find your breath. Just relax the body down. Let the upper ribs reach toward the ceiling, and the lower ribs are going to be supported and lifted. Go ahead and close your eyes. If the upper arm, if for any reason isn't comfortable reaching over the ear, you can just bring it down by the side. The most important aspect of this is just positioning and supporting of the rib cage. So one of the nice things about opening the side body is that you're creating stimulation and space for the rib cage and the area around the sides of the lungs. So we tend to think of the front and the back of the lungs just like we do the rest of the body, but the lungs are three-dimensional as well and have the other sides. So when you're opening up the sides here, you're giving more space for oxygen, more space for blood and fluid flowing, and generally allowing the body to push fluid in and around through the lymphatic system in a way that helps cleanse and clear. So we'll just stay here about a minute and then we'll roll on the other side. Just take this time to feel your breath. Allow your breath to calm your body, calm your mind. Move into this practice with an open mind, an open heart, and just see where it goes. So let's take 3 more breaths on this side. position, and we'll do exactly the same thing on the other side. So go ahead and just let yourself get set up that way. You're bringing that blanket right onto the rib cage. Knees down, make sure that you feel comfortable. Releasing your head down on your arm. So if you're just joining, go ahead and bring a blanket and fold up a blanket underneath your ribs. And we're just laying down with that folded blanket underneath the ribs and coming into a nice side stretch. So once you lay down on your side, you're going to bring the upper arm over your ear. Maybe connect the palms. They don't have to connect, but maybe it reaches all the way up for a nice connection point. And just start to release down, letting the opening of the side body on the other side equalize with the first side. Just notice if your breath is smooth or if it seems a little faltered when you try to lay on your side this way. You may have one side of your lungs that are moving with more capacity than others. So just take note of that. Be the observer. Stay here about 1 minute on this side. Three more breaths right here. Breath in, go ahead and roll over. And before you come on up, we're going to just pull that blanket out from underneath. Lay all the way down. Let your back release fully. Point your toes, lift your arms up. Take a nice big, I know it's evening, but take a nice big morning stretch. Pointing toes and fingers in opposition. Now bring your arms down, and then we'll roll on over to one side. Help ourselves up. And we are going to come into tabletop position. You can hear that music very much. So come on into tabletop position. Plant your hands down, your fingers are wide, navel's drawing up, lengthen through your spine. Feel the core engage as you lift the navel and really feel your lower back get nice support here as you stretch in opposite directions. Just feel the energy flowing up from the mat. Take a breath in. Release. Next breath in, we're going to come into cow tilt, dropping the belly down. So you can soften your elbows as you gaze forward. Nice cow tilt. And then bring the chin to the chest. Lift the upper back, come into cat stretch. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. And just do that 2 more times on your own. Just opening up the nice wave action on your spine, rolling with your breath. Just pause wherever you feel you need a little extra attention. 1 more time. And then come back to a neutral tabletop position. From here, we're going to bring the right leg back and tap the toes down. So extend your right leg and then lift that right leg up. Press through the heel. Extend that leg back. Reach and stretch. Feel the stretch coming all along the side of the leg as you press backward with that flexed foot. And then cross that leg over to the left. Tap the foot down once again. Now pause here for just a minute. Don't be in a rush, but just feel the sensation going down the outside of the right leg as you already are getting a stretch in the IT band. And then go ahead and look over your left shoulder. Accentuate this side stretch by feeling the right ribs open up. So gaze over your left shoulder, see if you can see those toes. Breathe here all the way up and down the outside of the right body. And then bring that right leg back. Press back to a nice, long, stretchy, extended child's pose. Let the forehead come all the way down. Inhale, come back up to tabletop position, and we're going to extend the left leg down the mat just the same way. So get a nice long extension to begin, and then we're going to lift that leg up just about hip height, and then press back through the heel. Press, press, press as if you're trying to lengthen through the leg, as if you're trying to gain a couple of inches there. And then we're going to cross that left leg over to the right, tap the toes down once again. Stop here, feel what sort of restriction you might feel just in this one little movement. Use your breath to soften that area. And then look over your right shoulder, look back at your toes, and really get that nice curve of the left ribs opening up. Deep breath all the way up and down the side body. Bring the left leg back up and under. Once again, press back to extended child's pose. All right, come on back up to tabletop position. From our tabletop, we're going to go ahead and press up into a downward facing dog. Get a nice long stretch through both sides of the body equally. Lift up your hips. Knees can be soft, but hip creases are reaching up toward the ceiling. Inhale, come forward, come back down to table. We're going to walk the hands backwards and come into a kneeling position. All right, so we're going to be on our knees for a little bit. If you'd like to put that blanket underneath your knees, if you're on a hard surface and that would feel better, then go ahead and unfold the blanket and put that down underneath. We're coming into gate pose. So from our kneeling position, I'll turn to face you, it might be easier. From our kneeling position, we're going to take right leg out. Mirror me, and that way we'll be on the same side. Right leg is going to come out, and then we're going to turn those toes so that they're facing up toward the front of the mat. So instead of the toes facing forward like your hips, we're going to turn the toes toward the front. This means you got to externally rotate your thigh. Hips are still facing square. Lift your energy up. Both sides of the body are lifting. And then we're going to bring right hand to your right thigh, lift the left arm up, reach and stretch. Pause here and see how much length you can get from fingers down to your knees. And then bring that arm over your ear, slide your right hand down, ease into your gate pose. Now don't compromise the pose by coming forward. roll that left shoulder back, even if that means you have to stay a little bit straighter up. This is a big side bending position, so take your time here. Make sure you feel stable. Deeply breathing. And then lift both arms up and bring them down. All right, we're gonna go through gate pose once again, but we're gonna move a little bit with the breath. So let's flow with gate as we inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hand down. Inhale, reach up higher. Exhale, fold. Inhale, both arms up, use that breath. Exhale, release down. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Next time you come down, we're going to take the left hand, bring it right down onto the mat. We're going to like tip over like we're a little pitcher or pinwheel, and then lift the arm up, coming right into a stargazer pose with the leg lifted. Maybe take a little bit more of an open chest here, gazing upward toward the ceiling. Lift up, open up the under the armpit. And then strongly push yourself back up, unwind, and come back to your starting position. Let's take one little break, get off those knees. Open the knees widely this time, and let your torso just fall right between your thighs. Nice full breath all the way up from the lower back. Release it back down into the earth. Inhale and come back up. We're going to do that same sequence on the other side, except I am going to take my own advice and put the blanket under my knees, because that wasn't as comfortable as I thought it might be by the time I got done. All right, so let's set up for the other side, this time bringing left leg out. So make sure that your hips are nice and square to the front. Roll that thigh up so that the thigh and the knee are facing upward toward the ceiling. Toes are pointing down. Lift up, really get that core engaged. This is your stabilizing factor. And then we'll lift both arms up. This time left hand comes to left thigh. Before you fold, lift up higher, reach and stretch through those right fingertips, and then bring it over your ears, sliding your hand down to whatever degree feels comfortable and appropriate for you. That looks beautiful. One more breath here, roll that right shoulder back. And then inhale, we'll bring both hands up and then release them down. Now for moving gait. Inhale with the breath, up. Exhale, hand down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. And this time we're going to take that right hand, tip over like I'm a little teapot, and come right on that left hand, lifting the arm and the leg, coming into stargazer. Beautiful. Perhaps open that upper arm a little bit more, gaze up at the ceiling. And then use your strength to tip right back up with control the way you were. Bring that leg back up under, turn back, open your knees wide, and take a nice long child's pose. Once again, breath coming all the way up from the lower back, releasing back down. And then we'll come on forward. Probably can take that blanket off the mat if you were using that for your knees. We'll come back to tabletop position. Go ahead and bring your hands down And lift the knees up. Let's press up to Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog. From downward dog, we're going to walk forward to the front of the mat. Come into a forward folding position, Uttanasana. Feet are about hip distance apart. Just let the crown of your head fall down. Make sure your hands are on some sort of support, either the mat or they're up on blocks. And then slide your hands up your shins, pausing at Ardha Uttanasana for a flat back. Feel your shoulder blades slide down your back toward the waist. The crown of your head is reaching forward. Your core is engaged. You're in a beautiful, stable position here, tipping ever so slightly forward on the balls of your feet. Inhale deeply and then exhale, forward fold. Once again, lengthening down through your spine. This time we're going to inhale all the way up. Lift your arms overhead, fingers reaching skyward. Right hand is going to take the left wrist. We're going to pull that left wrist over the ear. Another side bend here. You can see the pattern for our practice tonight. Lots of lateral movements. Press down through the outside of that left ankle. Make sure your neck isn't cranking forward or uncomfortable. And we're lifting out of both sides of the body. So we're not just pulling as far as we can, but we're lifting as high as we can and then accentuating the position. All right, inhale back to center. Let's forward fold once, come all the way down. And then inhale, come right back up. This time, left hand is going to grasp your right wrist, and we're going to pull that wrist over to the left. Press down through the outside of the right ankle. Energy flowing up and down the side of the body. Lungs are opening beautifully. One more breath. Inhale, arms come back to center. Exhale, forward fold. From our forward folding position, we're going to step back with the left foot. Dip into the front right knee, drop the left heel, and lift ourselves up strongly for Virabhadrasana 1. Both arms now lifting up out of the armpits. Your fingers are wide. It's almost like you're reaching for as much energy as you can up in the sky, bringing it down into your palms. Nice deep breath in, and then as you exhale, bring the arms to goddess arms. So open those arms up so they're nice and wide. You can see my shape here. Nice and wide, heart is lifted. Bring the arms back up, and then exhale, hands back down to the mat. Slide the left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale and fold. Step back with the right foot. Coming into Virabhadrasana 1 on this side. Remember, if the heel is down, toes are pointing up toward the upper right corner. Core strength lifts you up. Nice deep breath. Feel the strength in the right leg. Stay steady. Drop your shoulders down. Relax those shoulders to help your neck be completely at ease. One more breath. We're holding this, and then as we exhale, come back into those goddess arms, widening your shoulders, lifting the heart and chin. Beautiful. Inhale, the arms back to their original position. Exhale, hands down and fold. Slide the left foot back. Come into downward facing dog. Inhale, come down to your knees. And we're going to lower the body all the way down to the belly. So come all the way down on the mat. Press up for one cobra, lifting the heart. Exhale, release it down. Take your right hand out, and we're going to roll to the right. You're going to roll onto the right side of your body, so hopefully you can still see the camera when you roll this way. I'm going to face away from you for just a few minutes. Bring your head and support it in your hand, and then slightly bend your lower leg so that you have a little bit of a support system with the body. All right, so when you're totally on your right side here, we're going to inhale the left leg up. We're going to point the toes as you inhale, and then you're going to flex the foot as you lower it down. Inhale, point up. Exhale, flex down. Inhale, point up. Exhale, flex down. Continue this pattern and do your best to lift that leg completely on the side axis. So instead of pulling it forward, make sure that you're pulling it to the side and then down. We're really working the side of the hip and all of those connective muscles. Piriformis, gluteus medius, they're all in there. One more time. Nice and slow with control. And then on the last time down, roll over to your belly. Fold your arms and let's take one breath in this prone position in crocodile. Feel the breath come all the way down into the diaphragm. And then release it back out. Nice. All right, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're simply rolling onto our left side now. So you might be facing away from me, but you know where we're going at this point. So go ahead and just set up on the left side. Your head is in your hands. And then we'll inhale, point the right foot up, a nice deep breath. Exhale, flex the foot and bring it down. Inhale, point up. Exhale, come down. Keep that going. You don't have to go fast. In fact, the slower you go and the more control, the more you're probably building strength. But even more than that, you're building an understanding of what your body is doing. So whenever I see workout videos and people that are just going at breakneck speed, that brings me to the theme of my practices this week, which is the relinquishing of the ego. Faster is not better. One more time up. Flex and release down. All right, great. You might feel that one tomorrow if you haven't done that in a while, but it's good for us. And roll onto your belly for one more breath. Let your head come down. Breathe deep into the diaphragm. And release. All right. Bring your hands up under your shoulders. We're going to press ourselves up. And take a little stretch back. I think that just feels good into a little half child's pose. And then come on up. Lift your knees off the ground. Come into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we're going to bring the right leg forward between the hands. We're going to lower the left knee and lift up into Anjaneyasana. So make sure that you feel nice and stable in this pose. We're going to lift both arms up. And we're going to take a little variation with a side stretch, right? That's our theme for tonight, is side stretching. So we're going to take the right hand down and we're going to arch over the body with the left. So almost like that same motion we had in gate pose, over the ears. And then we're going to inhale both arms up, Left hand's going to come down and we're going to arch over to the right. So we're getting all kinds of side and lateral stretches tonight. Inhale, bring both arms up, bring them back down to the mat. Lift up the left knee and go ahead and bring that left foot down. We're going to be coming into side angle from a lunging position. But go ahead and just take a moment in your lunge. Make sure that left leg feels nice and steady. It's extended. Right knee is tracking over your ankle. And then we're going to take our left forearm, lift up, and just let it rest on the top of the right thigh. Open your heart to the left side of your mat. Take your left hand, slide it across your ribs until the elbow is facing up. Now you can stay here or you can lift that left arm up, getting a full extension on the left arm. And even better yet, bring that arm over your ear for Utthita Parsvottanasana or extended side angle. Nice long line. Now we've got that line going all the way up from fingertips to ankle. Beautiful. One more breath here. And then bring that left hand back down. Slowly come back to your lunge. We're going to bring the left foot forward, come to forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale and fold. Step back, downward facing dog. All right, we're going to try that on the right side. So this time we're going to bring the left leg forward for low runner's lunge and drop that heel down on the right side. Really establish your foundation here. The legs are the foundation of any standing pose. So ground down through those feet. And as you're ready, lift the left forearm up, bring it to the top of the left thigh. Open those ribs. I usually slide the hand across the ribs. It helps to just give you a cue that the ribs need to be open. You got this. If you need to, put your block on high and simply keep a hand on the block if it's not comfortable to bring it all the way to the thigh. Lift the right arm up and then over the ear. A long, beautiful line from right fingertips all the way down to the ankle. Looks gorgeous. One more breath. Keep opening up under that armpit. Stretch. How tall can you get? And then bring that right hand down. Bring it right down to the mat. Left leg slides back. Downward facing dog. All right, inhale, come forward to tabletop. And let's press back to child's pose. One full breath here. Nice and deep. Beautiful. Right, from our tabletop position, we're going to go ahead and do that one more time, but we're going to add on to it this time so we have a little flow to add in. All right, so we're going to press up to downward facing dog and first take the right foot forward, coming into low lunge. Drop the left heel down. Begin to lift yourself up. Bring the arm to the thigh. Slide your ribs open. Open them to that left side. Arm comes up and over the ear. Extended side angle once again. From extended side angle, we're going to open up to warrior two. So use that core strength. Lift up. Both arms are now reaching east to west. Take a nice deep breath in. Relax your shoulders. Always a tendency to hunch the shoulders. I do it as well. Left hand then comes to left thigh. We're going to reach up, open laterally once again. Exalted warrior. And then exhale back to warrior two. From warrior two, we're going to windmill the arms down, come back down to lunging position. We're going to slide the right leg back, come into a plank, and then press back to downward facing dog. From downward dog, left leg is going to come forward for low runner's lunge. Drop the heel of the right foot, preparing to lift up into side angle. Left forearm comes to your left thigh. Open the ribs. Lift up the arm. Make sure you got your feet nice and steady before you do any of this, and then lift your right arm over the ear. Beautiful. Energy flowing up and down the side body. And then lift up. Use that core strength. Lift up. You're coming right into warrior two. Beautiful. Nice deep breath here. Right hand comes to right thigh. Open up, exalted warrior. Ribs are really open now. Exhale back to warrior two. Windmill the arms down, bring them right back down to the mat. Slide your left foot back, downward facing dog. And then come on back down to your knees. All right, from our tabletop position. Actually, we're going to go right back into downward facing dog. So lift up to down dog. From here, we're going to take the left foot halfway up the mat. So it's going to come, about 6 or 8 inches behind your left hand. Looks a little awkward, but this is where we need to start. We're coming into a supported side plank. So to do so, I'll simply pivot my left heel so that my left toes are pointing off the mat, okay? And then I'm going to roll over to the right side of my right foot, bring my weight into the right arm. And again, bring my hands, slide them up the ribs. So I encourage my ribs to open and my heart to open to the left. I'm on the side of my right foot. And then if you're ready, you can lift that left arm up, coming into this supported side plank. Now this is a strengthening pose for the lateral body, so you want to lift up through the core. You don't want to sag down, but you really want to lift. Getting a little warm here. Let's unwind that left hand, come back. Left foot comes back. Press back to downward facing. We'll try that on the other side. Right foot comes halfway up the mat. Pivot on your right heel. Right toes are pointing off the right side of your mat. That's important. This helps you turn your body so that you can land on your left hand and on the outside of your left foot. Slide your hands up the ribs, open, and then lift your right arm up. Looks great. Keep lifting up through your ribs. Think about that opening stretch where we were lifting through the use of the blanket. This time we're lifting using the core. Nice deep breath. This takes some strength, but we can do it. And then unwind, bring the right hand back to where it started. Slide that right foot back. And this time we're going to drop down with knees. Come into a full child's pose. We're going to bring the arms all the way around the back of the body. Let your forehead just rest down on the mat. Let your shoulders relax. 3 full breaths here after that work. One more. On up to hands and knees. Bring your knees wider than hip distance. Bring your toes together to touch. We're going to thread the needle. Let our backs open up. So open that right arm up. Get a nice, beautiful stretch. And then thread it down underneath the left. Come to rest on your right shoulder. Breathe deeply. Relax. We're winding down now. One more breath here. Press down through your palm. Lift yourself up. Right hand plants down on the mat. Left arm gives a nice sweep just to open everything up. And then we're going to bring it down and underneath. Come to rest on your left shoulder blade. And just relax. Lift yourself up. Come back to tabletop position. We're just going to flow up and down one more time. Lift the knees up. Just walk your feet any old way you can up to the front of the mat. Come to a nice forward fold. Let your head hang down. Give it a couple of yes/no shakes. Inhale, walk your hands up the body, slowly arise all the way to the top, lift those arms up. Exhale, bring them down by the side. Let's bring the arms around to the back of the body, interlace the fingers, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your heart up. Chin is lifted. Feet are pressing down. Release your hands all together. Turn and look over your right shoulder. Your chin is parallel to the floor. Take a nice deep breath in here and then exhale. Draw a smile across your chest with your chin, bringing it up and looking over your left shoulder. Inhale as you rise and then exhale. Repeat that action, bringing the chin across the chest and looking right. Again, bring it forward and down. Draw a smile and then come up on the left. And one more time. To the right. Very good. Bring your chin to neutral. Inhale one more time, arms reach up, and then exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and bring your legs down, come down to your seat, swing them around, and we're going to roll on down. Coming into a full supine position. Let's see. Go ahead and let's bend the knees to start. We're just going to let both knees and thighs roll over to the left side of the mat. Bring your arms into a T, or the right arm into a T off the shoulder. Left one can as well, I guess. Bring them both. Let yourself relax into this twist. Let your right shoulder, especially under the armpit, really get a nice relaxation. We've done a lot of stretching in the upper side body, and this is really one of the best things you can do to boost your immune system. It's where all of that lymphatic tissue gets bunched up. nervous system doesn't have its own natural means to pump and move things around, so we have to do that through our own movement. It's a really great idea to drink a lot of water, both before but especially after as well, so that we help clean and clear everything we've been moving. Inhale, come back to the top, and let your knees and thighs roll over to the right. So just a really simple cross or supine twist here. Shoulders are both flat on the ground. Feel the stretch along the outside of that left hip as well. So those muscles that we used in the side lifts are all getting a really nice stretch here. Go ahead and roll back to the center. We're going to extend both legs down the mat. And bring your arms up over your head. If you can, I don't have enough room there. If you can, bring your arms parallel over your head. If you need your shoulders to be a little bit wider, you can bring them into a V. That's fine as well. If you can bring them parallel, that's great. And what you're going to do is take your both feet and you're going to slide your feet over to the right corner of your mat. So keep your hips planted where they are. Slide just your feet over all the way to the right corner. And then see if you can cross the right ankle over the left. If that creates any problems, then just leave your feet uncrossed. And then we're going to scoot our shoulders over to the right side of the mat as well. So the midsection of our body is staying in the center. Now we've created this beautiful crescent shape lying down. Some people call this supine crescent. Sometimes we call it banana asana. We've created this really long, curvy crescent shape. Now with your breath, feel it moving up and down the side body. Feel those left ribs opening up. Breath flowing with ease all the way down into the ankles and then back up to the tips of the fingers. Of your breath. Notice if there's anything tight or giving you a challenge or discomfort. Be the observer. Understand yourself a little bit more. Breaths here on this side. Beautiful long lateral stretch. And then let's bring the feet first. We're going to slide the feet back to the center. Slide your shoulders back to the center, so scoot them back. And And we're going to just slide them over to the other side. So, once again, I'm out of room. All right. Slide both feet over to the left corner. And then as you have them in place, you can scoot your shoulders toward the upper left corner of your mat. So just create that banana shape the other direction. You can cross your feet at the ankles if you wish. Sometimes that just accentuates the feeling of the stretch. Once again, feel the tickle of your breath as it floats up and down the right side body now. Liver is getting a nice opening. Right lungs. Just relax and breathe. More breaths on this side. Nice and long. Really inhabit your breath. It means to live fully in every possible moment of your breath. To scoot your shoulders back to the center, slide your feet back to the center, slowly bring your arms down by your side, and we'll just set up in a completely neutral position for a few minutes of Shavasana. So use this time to become the observer of yourself. Observe every feeling, every sensation. Observe your energy level and your state of mind. Don't react to it. Don't label it. Simply observe. This is the first step toward understanding Asmita, which is the second klesha we're studying this week. Asmita is the letting go of the ego, the internalizing of what everything means in your eyes. You're a participant in this universe like every other living and sentient being. Let go of the I. You're able to more fully connect with all the others. You're all one. up to the mat. Plug your knees into your arms. Feels good to rock back and forth. Help yourself to whatever movement feels organic and natural to you. And that feels good. As you're ready, lift yourself up or roll up. Let's meet in a comfortable seated position. We'll lift the arms up, do a little seated twist here. Arms reaching overhead, lift out of both sides, those sides that we have extended all through this practice. And then we'll turn and come into a little seated twist. Just gentle, oh so gentle. Deep breath in, and then your exhale deepens your twist. Inhale, come back to center, lift the arms back up again. Exhale, we'll turn the other way. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, deepens your twist. Inhale and bring yourself back to center. Simply lift the arms up once, bring your palms together, and then draw those palms down to the heart center. The light in me is honored and very grateful for the light within you as well. I hope your body feels open, stretched, and deeply released after this practice this evening. Om Shanti and Namaste. Thank you. Wow, the sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. It's supposed to get a little bit warmer, which I don't know about you, but for me, that brightens my spirits today. Yesterday was pretty, but it was still too cold, way too cold. I'm just not a cold weather person, but it's going to be a gorgeous day today. So thank you for joining. Welcome to Mindful Flow on Sunday morning. We are going to have just a really slow, stretchy, sort of delicious all over flow today. And so we're going to begin by lying down. So go ahead and come into a supine position. And we're going to just bring one leg. Oh, good, we have one more, yeah. We're going to bring one leg into a half Baddha Konasana. So we're going to just extend the left leg down, and we're going to bring the right leg in, bending the knee and bringing that foot into the left inner thigh. So it's just allowing one hip to open at a time this morning instead of a full cobbler's pose or bound ankle. And just go ahead and get yourself in that position. Make sure you feel comfortable. I'm going to sit back up for just a second because I had a couple of notes. But you go ahead and lie down. So for those just joining, we're lying down with one leg out, the foot in the inner thigh of the other. So my left leg is extended, my right leg is bent, and we're letting the knee fall open to the right. So beginning in this posture, we will feel the body start to nestle down, start to become one with the earth. and really start to bring your focus inward and to your breath. Breathe into your body. Feel your breath inhabit every corner of your body. Breathe into every cell. Breathe into every organ. Just imagine your breath magically coming in, finding every single cell in your body and offering it energy and life and nourishment. As you're breathing, as you're feeling this miraculous process, silently thank the cells in your body and every organ inside for sustaining you. Every day, they support and sustain your life, your actions, your goals, your dreams. Offer yourself gratitude. And feel the love come back to you. As you're lying here, notice what arises. Notice if you feel anything out of alignment, if you feel anything overworked, if there are any areas of discomfort or restriction. Welcome it all. Welcome everything you feel and offer compassion and loving kindness back to yourself. Continue breathing through your body and embrace all of the awareness that you feel this morning. Embrace it all. Feel it all. You are alive. Affirmation for our practice today is simply this: I am alive. Allow the breath. Allow the feeling. Allow everything and know that you are alive because of it. All right, slowly lift your right knee up, extend the right leg down, bend your left knee, and and allow the left knee to drop open to the left. Feel that left hip open up. Feel any new sensations that arrive, and once again, welcome whatever you feel. The miracle of life is within you, and it brings with it a whole range of emotions and sensations. Welcome it all. Feel your breath moving up and down your entire spine. Inhale and draw the breath all the way up into your brain. Exhale and allow the breath to push all the way down to the end of your tailbone. Again, allow the breath to come all the way up in that inhalation. Oxygen filling your brain, all of the organs of your head. And then exhale, breathe it down to the tip of the tailbone. 3 more life-affirming breaths just like that. Repeat silently to yourself if you wish. I am alive. I am alive. Begin to lift the left knee up. Bring the right knee up as well. Come into a bent knee position. Heel toe your feet out to the outer edges of the mat. And drop both knees over to the left. So windshield wiping your knees, you can bring your arms up, and I'll suggest bringing them into a goalpost shape. Breathe and let that right leg especially loosen up. Relax the muscles of your legs. One more here. Inhale, draw both knees up to center and let them drop over to the right. So there's a nice big space in between the legs. They're open like windshield wipers. And this time, see if you can release anything you're holding in the left hip and left quad. Continue your pattern of breath. Breathe into opening every part of your body. This morning on this beautiful day, we are alive and grateful for it. All right, inhale, bring your knees back up to center. Draw both knees into the chest, hug your knees in. Give yourself a really nice hug around your knees. Maybe lift your head up, curl up into a little ball. And then release and bring it all back down again. Go ahead and let's roll over to one side. Help yourself up. And we're going to come into a seated position on the mat in Sukhasana, simple cross-leg pose. As you come into Sukhasana, establish the root of your breath coming in through your seat. So feel your sits bones pressing down. Let's take a deep breath in. Breath coming all the way up. Let it infuse your brain, every cell in your head, even the roots of your hair. Exhale, breathe down and feel your seat grounded and solid. We're going to inhale next and bring the arms up, reach them overhead, and then exhale. We're going to come to a twist toward the right side. We're going to bring the fingertips down on the right side of the mat. Palms are going to lift up and you're just going to spread the fingers wide. So notice the connection of the 10 fingertips as they're pressing down into the mat. A little twist in the side. Whatever you're feeling, welcome it. Allow it. Be here for it all. One more breath here in this twist. We'll inhale, bring the arms up, reach them over, lift out of both armpits, both sides of the body, ribs are open and wide. And then exhale, come into your twist on the other side. Again, bring your hands down, but just your fingertips only. Feel the telegraph of energy as it comes up the palms of your hands. The twist in the right ribs. Breath moving up and down from your seat, through the spine, twisting around. One more breath. And then come back to center. Inhale, lift the arms straight up once again. Bring your arms down and forward. We're going to cross the left arm over the right. Bring the right forearm up. And then draw that left arm over to the side. So keep your body square to the front and just isolate through that shoulder. Breathe here, relax. Inhale, bring both arms back to center. Cross the other side, so right arm over, left arm lifts. Inhale up. And then draw that arm over to the side. Stop at the edge where you feel your engagement most intensely, and then just breathe into that. One more breath. Come back, bring the arms forward. We're going to bring both forearms up. This time we're going to cross the elbows over, left over right to begin. Bring the backs of the hands together. So if you can see them, I'll turn sideways. Backs of the hands are together and my elbows are the same height as my shoulders. If you wish, you can take an additional twist and bring the palms back together. Inhale, we're going to lift those elbows up. Looking up, gazing upwards at the thumbs as we inhale. And then exhale, bring your elbows down to the belly and fold forward in eagle arms. Inhale, lift them all the way up, follow the gaze upward. Exhale, fold it down. Just opening up the upper back. Those shoulder blades, one more time, lift up. And then bring them back to shoulder height. Unwind your hands. Let's bring them around behind us. Interlace the fingers. Roll your shoulders back and lift the chest up. Squeezing shoulder blades together. Opening your heart. Bring the arms back around to center. We'll try that on the other side. So arms are bent. This time, left comes over right. Opposite side, whatever side you started on, take the other arm. Bring your backs of your palms together and then decide if you want to take the additional twist. Some of us have that flexibility, some don't. We're going to inhale up, gaze upward towards your fingers in eagle arms, eagle rising, and then exhale, eagle sleeping and folded. Inhale up, exhale and fold. Inhale up, whatever you're feeling, whatever arises. Welcome it all. And then exhale back down to our starting point. Unwind the hands, bring them around to the back once again. Lift your heart up, open. Gaze upward, chin lifted, and release. All right, we're going to extend the legs here. Finally warming up a little bit, so I'm going to take this big sweatshirt off so you can see a little bit better. And I had suggested that you bring a strap. So if you have a strap nearby or something you can use as a strap, you can get that out now. If you don't, then just use your arms and do the best you can with just reaching forward. We're coming into Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. So we're going to bring that strap around the balls of both feet. And then we're going to let the arms come back so that the elbows are tight to the body. We're creating like a letter L, a Dandasana position here with the seat grounding down. We're going to inhale up. And then as we exhale, we're going to fold forward and you're going to shorten your grip on the strap, but you're going to keep the elbows tight to the body. So we're coming forward with a flat back. Heart is lifted and reaching forward. So we're not rounding. We're not completely folding. We're coming into a really sweet lower back stretch here. Feet are flexed, your legs are active. Shoulders are pressing down toward the waistline. With each breath in, lift your chin, lift your heart. With each breath out, fold forward a little further, but keep the elbows tight to the body. So even if you shorten up on the strap, we're keeping the elbows back, and this helps protect the lower back. Keep it nice and straight. Continue breathing up and down. Feel everything. I am alive. Every part of your body working for you. One more breath here. Inhale, come on up, release the strap and bring that off to the side. We're going to keep the legs extended and take the left arm forward. Palm is going to face toward the right, and then you're going to flip and turn that palm the other direction. So palm facing left. Reach forward toward the outside of your right foot, ankle, or shin. Left arm comes into a T off the shoulder. And then we're going to slowly twist the body around to the right, bringing the right arm back behind you. Beautiful twist here. Nice stretch for the outside of the right thigh. Then IT band. Gaze over your right shoulder if you can. Maybe see your thumb back there. And exhale, come forward, release the foot. Right hand reaches forward this time. Flip the palm so the palm faces toward the right. And then reach forward to the outside of your left foot, ankle, or shin. Left arm comes into a T, and then you can start to twist the body to the left. As for me, I always have more restriction on one side than the other, and I used to be really bothered by that. But I've come to accept That's how I'm built. And offer myself grace and compassion for every effort I put forward. I am alive. And unwind, bring that left hand back down, and let's sit up. We're going to bring the legs around behind us now and come into tabletop position. So setting up in tabletop, draw the core upwards, spread your fingers wide. Once again, feeling all 10 pads of the fingers pressing down, energy traveling up through the palms. It's just a really kind of miraculous thing when you start to feel that energy flowing up and down. There's energy in the earth, and we're giving energy back. It's a beautiful effect. So inhale, come into a nice strong tabletop. Crown of the head is pressing forward, tailbone reaching back. And then exhale into a cat stretch, lifting the back of the heart up, stretching and reaching, tailbone lengthening down. Inhale back to table and exhale to extended child's pose. Release that breath entirely in child. And then inhale, we'll inhale back up to table, and this time as we exhale, we're going to lower down onto the belly. So just waving the body down, hands come underneath the shoulders, flatten the tops of the feet, press down through the pubic bone as you lift up into Cobra this morning, whatever version feels perfectly wonderful to you. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, curl the toes under, help yourself back up to tabletop. Inhale in table, again, exhale into cat stretch. Inhale to a neutral table, exhale to extended child. Inhale to table and exhale, lower down on that belly. Once again, we're going to go through this 3 times. So this is number 2. Inhale up to Cobra. And just imagine as you're moving, exhale down, your spine like a beautiful wave in the ocean. Inhale back to table. Exhale to cat stretch. Inhale to table. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale to table. Exhale, lower down, beautiful wave. Lowering down, inhale, that wave comes back up. Cobra. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale once again to tabletop. And we're going to exhale into child's pose. Hold that for 3 full breaths. Feeling every cell, every sensation, breathing. Breathing your sense of aliveness this morning. On this beautiful day. On your next breath up, come back up to tabletop position. We're going to lower down all the way one more time, and this time stay on the belly for a moment. So we're going to bring the hands out front, extend your arms forward. Hopefully you can see that in this video. I might need to scoot back a little bit. So extend your arms forward, rock back and forth, make sure you can feel your hip bones equal and weighted down, and then engage your lower core. Press your pubic bone down so that that core starts to really liven up and hold you, and then lift up your shoulders. See if you can lift those hands up off of the floor. Just a couple of inches. Crown of the head is reaching forward. Your spine is elongated. Coming into half locust here. If you need to go Put the arms down at any time. Feel free to do so. One more breath. And then release the arms back. Let the forehead come down. Bring your arms back up. From here, we're going to cross the arms in front. Forearms are crossed, and we're just going to let the head come all the way down. You're lifting up ever so slightly through the shoulders, but just letting the head drop down into crocodile pose. And the beautiful thing about crocodile is that you can really get a sense of your diaphragmatic breath. So it's anything, it is a resting pose, or it can be. But today, I really want you to feel the wave of your breath moving through the body, and there's no better way to do that than in Makarasana. So nice deep breaths here. Feel it come all the way down into the lower belly, past the diaphragm. One more. All right. Now, from this position, we're simply going to roll over on our back. So we're coming back onto our back. We're facing the other direction. We don't usually get in this position too often. Go ahead and bend your knees and bring them up to the mat. Hands are going to be beside your hips. Take a little pelvic tilt here to begin, lifting the pubic bone up. Waistband is staying on the floor. Feet are grounding down, so all four corners of the feet are pressing into the mat. Shoulders are wide and pressing down. As you exhale, roll down to the tip of the tailbone. Bring a little arch into that lumbar spine. Inhale, lift up for pelvic tilt. Exhale, roll down and arch the lower back. This time, as you inhale, roll up. Begin to lift the hips up off the mat. Come into a really sweet bridge pose here. Nice full breath. Hold your bridge. Your legs are strong and active. Your knees are pointing forward. You are alive. Exhale and let the back come down one vertebra at a time. This time, inhale, lift up to bridge pose. Lift the arms up. Fingers are reaching high. Lift out of your armpits. Shoulders reaching toward the ceiling. And then exhale, keep your hips up, but let your hands come up and overhead. Reach and extend over your head. And on your next exhalation out, we'll bring the arms forward and the hips down simultaneously, really sweet and slow. Again, for moving bridge, press down through your feet, lift the hips up, arms reach up and over. Exhale, bring everything down simultaneously. One more beautiful moving bridge. Inhale up. And exhale down. All right, from our moving bridge, we're going to simply move the hips over to the right. We're going to drop both knees and thighs over to the left, coming into a supine twist. Once again, bring your arms back into goalpost arms or goddess arms. Right shoulder is still pressing down, isolating the twist from the waist down. Breathe some love into those internal organs, into your digestive tract, to your spine. Offer gratitude for it all. All right, inhale, roll back to center. Bring your hips back to neutral and then scoot them slightly over to the left. Just a couple of inches helps facilitate the twist in this position, and we'll let the knees and thighs all over to the right. So the more you have your knees curled up and closer to your armpits, the more intensely you'll feel this stretch. If it feels too intense, then just simply press your knees away toward your feet. So you always have options here. Nice deep breath. Very good. All right, roll back to center. Bring your hips back to the central position. And go ahead and roll back over to your belly so we can help ourselves back up again. Press up in your hands and come to tabletop once again. We're going to open the shoulders and heart a little bit more here. So we're going to come into Anahatasana, melting heart. You can choose to do this with both arms forward if you wish, or take one arm at a time. I'll demonstrate with one arm so that we can time it halfway. So if you're taking one arm at a time, you're going to bring the left elbow down. Fingers are facing toward the left. Slide your right hand forward. Your hips stay over your knees. All right, so you're just pulling and reaching the front part of your body forward, opening up underneath the right armpit, and then eventually letting your forehead come all the way down. Breathe here, and now feel the breath moving up and down the lateral side of the body, all the way up and down the right. It's traveling from your fingertips all the way up into the right hip. Ribs are open. Heart is dropping down. If you have both arms forward, you're simply having both arms stretched out and letting everything release. Whatever you're feeling, be there for it all. You are alive. All right, slide the right hand back. If you have one arm, we'll switch hands. Bring the right palm down. Right forearm then comes down underneath the shoulder. Left arm slides forward. Took both arms and you need a little break, then come on back for child's pose anytime. This is a very intense stretch for the shoulders and upper body. So left arm is now forward. Imagine those left ribs just opening up as you're stretching, offering space for oxygen and for the lungs to expand. 2 more breaths here. Alright, then begin to slide the left hand back. If you have both arms forward, begin to walk the hands backward gently and come into tabletop position. Let's just do a little around the world, realigning everything, circling, and bringing the weight gently from hand to hand, knee to knee, and then circle the other way. All right, come back to tabletop position. We are going to inhale in tabletop, exhale back to a cat stretch. Inhale to table, exhale to cat. Inhale to table, exhale to cat. All right, inhale to a neutral tabletop, curl the toes under, and let's press back to a downward facing dog. We're not going to do a lot of standing poses today, but we'll flow up and down and just get the body open. Once or twice, press back, lift your hip creases high. Bring the breath all the way into the head and then exhale back down and lift up through your tailbone. Widen your feet to the outer edges of your mat. Slide your right hand backward and bring your fingers toward left toes. Coming into a little upper body twist here. Drop the right shoulder down and look up under your left armpit. Slide the right hand forward. We'll reverse that on the other side. Left hand slides diagonally, reaching backward toward your left foot. Drop that left shoulder down and look up under your right armpit. Slide the left hand back. Bring your feet to hip distance. Walk your feet up the top to the front of the mat. Come into forward fold, Uttanasana. Let's just let the knees be soft. Let your torso hang right there on the top of your thighs. Grasp one elbow and then the other and slowly sway back and forth. Releasing through that lower back, releasing all the way down the spine. Ragdoll position. And then bring your hands back down to the mat. Lift up. Walk your hands up the body and reach up and overhead. Let's come into a beautiful morning stretch here, lifting up into the fingertips, maybe a slight back bend as you exhale. Upward facing hands, and then bring your hands back down. Go ahead and grab your strap one more time. And again, you don't have to have a yoga strap. Anything will do. A tie, a belt, a piece of fabric, whatever you have is going to work. Just go ahead and create that strap so, I don't know, it's about in quarters. It doesn't have to be terribly long. And we're going to throw it over your right shoulder. With the left fingers, coax your right elbow to come straight up and down. I'll move backwards. I think when I get in that hot spot, it's sometimes hard to see. So feel that nice stretch through the tricep. We're going to take the left arm around and grab the strap. Now don't try to go too high, but just grab it where you can get both ends of the strap. Because what we're going to do is plant and root down through our feet. Energy is going to travel up through the core. Nice deep inhale, and then we're going to exhale. We're going to fold forward, keeping the arms in the position they're in, and fold over with that strap in position. Breathe here. Inhale, slowly rise. And then you can see if you'd like to work your fingers up that strap a little bit more. We're going to fold forward one more time. So if it feels appropriate, you want to choke up on the strap a bit, you can bring your fingers a little closer. And then as we exhale, fold forward. You may feel it on the left side as well as the right. Different shoulder stretch, different shoulder movement. And then release the strap. Bring it in the other hand, throw it over your left shoulder, coax that left elbow straight up and down. So that's a real key here, is to keep that left tricep engaged, elbow pointing up. Then bring that arm around, grab the strap. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your arms in that same position as you slowly lower the crown of the head down. Inhale, slowly rise back up. If that felt fine and you want to choke up on the strap, bring your hands a little closer to each other. If you've already reached your edge, then stay right where you are. Fold one more time forward. Bring it back up. All right, release the strap on both. You can toss that strap aside. We're done. Let's roll the shoulders slowly forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, draw elbows back, roll them forward. Draw back, roll forward. Draw back and roll forward. Arms come up and overhead. Exhale and forward fold. Step back to downward facing dog and then drop your knees down for tabletop position. We're going to bring the forearms down onto the mat as we prepare for dolphin. So bring your forearms down, elbows come underneath your shoulders. Again, fingers are outstretched. Open those spaces widely. We're going to lift up through the upper back. Bring the crown of the head slightly down. And then curl your toes under. Begin to lift your knees up off of the mat and lift those hips high. So you can stay here. We're broadening through the shoulders. We're pressing down through the forearms and palms. If you wish, you can tiptoe your feet a little bit closer to your arms, bringing your hips a little bit higher, lifting those hip creases. Breathe here. If you need to come back and settle into a child's pose, by all means do so. One more strong breath. And then slowly lower your knees down. Drop them down. Wrap your arms around your back. Come into a full balasana with the head coming toward the mat. Release your shoulders. Let them roll out to the sides. 3 full breaths here up and down the spine. This beautiful day, I am alive. Such a simple affirmation, but so powerful. All right, slide your hands forward. Plant your hands down. We're going to lift the knees up. And we're just going to walk the feet up to the front of the mat. Come into a forward fold once again. Inhale, slowly rise up. Lift those arms up and overhead. Stretch and reach. Exhale, bring your arms to goddess arms. Elbows, shoulders are the same height. Lift your heart up. Exhale, bring the arms together. Forward fold as you round your back and fold forward. Inhale, round up and open to goddess. Exhale, forearms come together, round your head, drop your crown down, forward fold. Inhale, think of your spine as a beautiful wave. See how graceful and fluid you can make this action. Rounding back up. On your last time up, remain here. Bring your hands down by your side. We have one more posture here that we're going to do in our standing position. We're going to come into Garudasana or eagle pose. So we already did eagle arms before. We're just going to add in the legs. It is a balancing posture, so feel free to find something if you wish and only use one arm. Or you can just keep both feet on the mat, which is probably the easiest. Sorry, I need a little, throat's dry. So if you're not feeling the balance this morning, I'd rather you just try it with both feet down. So beginning, bringing the weight into the left leg, rooting down through all 4 corners of that feet. I always suggest starting with the toes down, heel up, because that gives you that sense of where your balance is and bringing that energy up through the body before you start to lift the foot up. So as you're in that position, go ahead, loosen that left knee. So you're going to bend the left knee. It's going to be nice and soft. And then lift the right leg up. Bring your thighs over the left thigh. And your right foot can either hang down or it can twist around and hook onto your left calf. All right? Hips are square to the front. Bring your arms forward, forearms up. Right elbow is going to cross over left. We're going to come into that eagle arm position once again. Breathe here. We're going to hold for 3 breaths. Core is strong, inner thighs are reaching, folding in on each other. Find something that doesn't move for your focus point. And feel the beauty of your breath. I am alive. Unwind your arms, bring them down by the side. Lift the right leg up, bring it down. Beautiful. Let's flow up and down once, just stretch everything out. Arms reaching up, exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, slowly rise back up once again. And we'll rise to our eagle on the right side. So plant the right leg down, foot rooted. Left heel reaches up. Find that fulcrum, find that balance point. Cross the left thigh over the right. Right knee is bent. That's key. You can't have your right leg straight here. So right leg's bent. Arms reach forward. Forearms up. This time left elbow over right. Twist your arms into your eagle arms. Breathe. Every cell alive, welcoming it all. One more breath. Unwind your arms. With control, bring your left foot down. Beautiful. Reach those arms up and overhead. Exhale and forward fold. Plant your hands down. Go ahead and come back. We'll go back into one final downward facing dog. And then come on forward. We're going to come into a child's pose, but we're going to before child's pose, we're going to come into tabletop. Widen your knees. Got one step ahead of myself here. Widen your knees and bring your toes together to touch. We're going to do one more stretch as a counter to eagle. Bring the right arm up and then sweep it down. Dive that right arm underneath the left and thread the needle. Nice stretch for the shoulders and shoulder blades. This is a very shoulder intensive practice today. And then lift up. Let's thread the other side. Open. And then sweep down and under. Rest and relax on that left shoulder blade just behind the left ear. Feel all the tension in the upper back just start to seep away. When we open the body, we create pathways for the tension to be released. For us to make our way downward. So come on back to your back. And lift the knees into the chest and just for a few breaths, lift your legs up. See if you can bring your legs so that they're nice and straight. Soles of the feet are lifted up toward the ceiling. Both hips are even. Roll your shoulders back and down so you feel the support from the upper body. And then imagine that you're laying in a river and floating toward a beautiful waterfall. And as you float with your legs up, you reach that waterfall and you can feel the water trickling down from your feet over your legs, being refreshed, watching the beautiful rainbow of water. One more breath here in waterfall. We'll just simply bend the legs, bring the feet back down to the mat. And it is time for us to release into full Shavasana. Feel free to cover up with a blanket if it's chilly where you are, or bring in any kind of supports you would like. Shavasana is about full release, full letting go. Be as comfortable as possible. Once you've established your resting position, visualize again every cell in your body. Grateful for the love and compassion you've shown for them this practice. Giving back for all the work and support that your body does for you. Yourself to drop in and just float with your sense of aliveness on this beautiful morning. then draw it all the way up your spine into your brain. And exhale all the way down to your toes. Inhale and lift your arms up. Reach them overhead, stretch them and reach them. Point your toes in opposition. And then exhale, bring your hands back down, bend your knees. Gently roll to one side. And roll yourself up. Let's join together. Raise the arms up. Reach them overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down to your heart center. Bow your head and feel the beating heart. The beating heart, which is your center of life. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. The light in you is beautiful, and thank you for sharing it with me. Om Shanti and Namaste. Thank you so much.